This is G-Buy, Harbinger of Dawn weapon. You can reach 123,000. If you're using the Natlan craftable weapon, you get 114,000. This is G-Buy Iluga C2, Columbina and Zhongli. I have not calculated G-Buy without any 5-star support, but I believe that will be quite a bit worse. This is my calculation for Flame's team, 130. Flames, Inafa, Columbina, and Sucrose. And finally, Nefer team. Nefer, Lauma, Columbina, Shinobu, 126. That's what I have. V1 Mahuika level nerf. I would not have a huge problem with that if they're dialing back the power creep. I mean, these are fine. Well, unless you're calculating a team that people don't really play. For example, putting Nahida instead of Shinobu here and basically having 0 healing. Then this team can reach 140k. But that is not really how people play the game. They can dial Columbina back just a tiny bit and I'm okay with that. I want Mahuika and Skirk to be outliers. I don't want Mahuika and Skirk to be among the standard of DPS. That would imply that characters are getting stronger quite fast. You can also argue that in this case, several teams are catching up to Mahuika and Skirk. 140k DPS is not too high. That is Mahuika and Skirk level of DPS if you try hard. G-Buy nerf, she's too cracked for now. Sure, she will get a nerf. G-Buy is not. G-Buy is 110k. You probably watch some Zerjev calculation and you see 200k. He did that before we fully understand how Lunar Crystallite works. G-Buy is 110. I don't think there's even any good option to use right now. Goro is not even that good. How about C6? Iluga. Iluga is a 4-star character that comes out next patch on the same banner as G-Buy. If people have C6 Iluga, I expect them to have C1 G-Buy, and this calculation does not make sense anymore. But anyhow, if you think you are one of the lucky few that can get C6 Iluga with C0 G-Buy, add 20k DPS to this, so 134. Basically, that's it. Why would I use Zhongli? Thanks to his defensive option, otherwise she dies. You may notice that this character doesn't heal or shield, this character doesn't heal or shield, this character doesn't heal or shield. Oh, hello there. Hi, old man. Zhongli also gives Red Shred, that's it, absolutely right. I forgot to mention that. Zhongli does have a little bit of offensive power. The fact that Zhongli is good in this slot is not because Zhongli is amazing, it's because there is not really any other good option in here. Zhongli pillars resonate with Lunar Crystallized pillar, yes. Though I do try to be conservative. If you notice here, this is a destroyed Zhongli pillar calculation. I think that's a reasonable assumption. Buff all characters so they're at least usable. Well, those two kind of go hand in hand. Even though it's not immediate, raising the DPS bar is usually meaning that they're gonna raise the enemy difficulty, which makes old character less usable. I think if they put some of these teams back to around 120k-ish, then I'm relatively okay with that. Make them not reach 130, 140. It's very arbitrary, but to me that's an okay benchmark. I do expect some level of Not-Right teams getting stronger, similar to how Kinich, Mualani, and Cheskan get stronger with Mahuika release. They are also wanting to sell an Archon, and that's fine. If its total HP is getting lower, yeah, I don't think that means much, because when there are these types of enemy in there, HP is a deception. The HP is actually double. This enemy also technically has double HP. This enemy too. There's a double HP enemy, a double HP enemy. I don't really think this graph represents much. At the end of the day, I think it's very fine to have some level of power creep in a game, because Hoyover's entire business model is to sell new characters. That's how they make money. To not expect power creep is to be quite naive. It's just a matter of how much, and everyone's gonna have a different opinion about that. If you want all characters to not be useless, pull their constellations. That is generally how it works. It's not perfect, but the concept of it is like this. This is a timeline. 4.x, Fontaine patches. This is Natlan patches, 5.x. And this is Not-Right patches, 6.x. So say we got a Novelet C0 back in Fontaine patches. When we're going to Natlan patches, we can either go with a Mahuika C0 or we can go back to get a Novelet C1. And these are somewhat roughly equivalent. This is not based on real number, but it's how it vaguely works. In Not-Right patch, hypothetically, let's say Nicole is gonna be the pinnacle of some DPS at C0, and then let's say we need to get a C1 Mahuika to catch up, or we're gonna now need to get a C2 Novelet to catch up. See, it works basically the same as in this year we pull a character, this year we pull an extra character. It can be this or it can be this. If you want to play an old DPS, pull the constellation on them. If you want to play a new DPS, pull a new character. And then when you're here, you're using the pull going from Natlan to Not-Right to pull one more thing. It can be this, it can be this, it can be this. Once again, this is not based on numbers. I think it's very reasonable to expect this to be their business model. We are not getting nothing, right? From Fontaine to Not-Right, we are getting quite a few more free pulls. Natlan to Not-Right, we get quite a few more pulls. It's fine to be able to do this. It's fine for their business model to be like this. It's only when we start to pull so much more for the old characters that I think it becomes a problem.